First off, I want to thank all of you for putting this together and for being out here in the morning. It's always hard in rural communities to get everybody together and come around, especially in the valley. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Devon Mathis. I did get called Devon Mathis in high school, so I'm used to it. I come from a family of pioneers. My great-grandmother was actually born between Idaho Station coming over on the Oregon Trail. And they built some of the first houses in Porterville. And the rest of my family is a bunch of dirt poor Okies who did cattle and agriculture and everything else. The last ag land we had is the Target parking lot out in Porterville. I remember playing in the field when I was a kid. But I didn't grow up with privilege. I learned the quality of hard work early on as a child. And one of the first people I looked up to the most was my grandmother Helen, who worked in civil service before the traffic cops were actually traffic cops in the city of Porterville. And she kind of gave me my political bug, and we'd always talk about Reagan, everything else that was going on, things growing up. For me, I'll tell you, I'm a little rough around the edges, but most of you already probably know that. I joined the National Guard out of high school. I was at basic training during 9/11. And then I was deployed to Iraq 03, 04, where I did route reconnaissance and led a convoy QRF teams. I turned 21 years old doing that. I came home, I worked construction. I found out that table saws are more dangerous than enemy fire. I lost my index finger to one. So I've been on workman's comp. I understand that struggle. And it happened right after I got married. And I had my first child on the way. And we had to go in and get on what we all call the welfare system. And I know what it's like to go through that and to have a child on it and to want to get off of it. And what those cliffs look like. I know the struggle is real because I've lived it. I was able to get better. I got a job at Mervin's, which was right by that Target parking lot. So if you want to ask questions about home decor or all of that, feel free. And then I got deployed again with 7 and 8. And I left behind my wife and my son, who was almost 20 years old. And I got hit by roadside bombs twice. And I came home and had to go through extensive training with the VA. I had to go through cognitive training, rehabilitation training, to relearn how to learn, to spell or quote information. At this point, I'd been a sergeant for nearly 10 years. And I had to realize I'm not Sergeant Mathis anymore, which is still hard. And I had to think of, what am I going to do now? So I started college. I was going to get into PTSD counseling. I got more involved. I did veterans advocacy for 6 years. I found out that by doing my homework and reading my books, I could actually join the Honor Society, where I was secretary for a while. It's amazing, because I was a kid that barely graduated high school, and then I ended up in the Honor Society in college. And I'm not afraid to admit that. And I went on. I went from Porterville City. I went to Fresno State. I joined the National Veterans Attorney. I was on their national board for 3 years, working heavily on veterans issues. And then in 2014, I looked at all the candidates that were running, and I go, is this the best we have? So I threw my hat in the ring, and I was like, Mathis, you are crazy. What are you doing? And I was like, bring it on. And I beat the hand-picked political class guy who had all the endorsements and all the money, by 8% of the vote, and thanks to many of you. And I said, you know what? I'm a military guy. I'll go to Sacramento. I'll work with whoever I've got to work with. I'll talk to anybody, because it's about getting things done. It's about bringing everybody to the table, saying, here's the problem, here's the mission, how do we move forward? Not about let's sit around and complain, but what do you actually bring to the table? How do we move forward? So When I first got elected, one of the big problems we had was the drought. We had Porterville, the city without water. In Tulare County, we had over 2,000 resident homes with no running water. I fought hard, we brought everybody together, we got everybody on the same page. Created legislation, created a grant and loan program to get those people's the wells they needed, to get them tied in. And that's passed. I've worked on several pieces of legislation. I've worked on many bipartisan pieces of legislation to the point where I've actually been criticized by both sides for doing so, which I believe is what it's all about. For me, the job is simple. I take the approach that I took in the military. See, in the Army, the sergeant's job is not only to be the backbone of the Army, but it's to take everything that rolls down, and we got a saying, mission first, soldiers always. Well, you all aren't my soldiers, but you're the people I represent. There's a lot of things that come down the pipe, but my job is to give. It's not to the political parties, it's to the people that elected me to represent them. It's to get things done, it's to meet with everybody, it's to look at what we need to do. Now, you all have many questions on here, and actually it's not really a whole lot, considering. So just to give you some background, I've been the Vice Chairman of Agriculture. I sit on the Budget Subcommittee 1, which is for Health and Human Services, which is where we fight over the budget to ensure that your insurance, that your health care is taken care of, that it's fully funded, that they're not trying to take it away from you. And we fight hard. We fight hard in a bipartisan manner to get that done. I also sit on Water Parks and Wildlife, where we've dealt with trying to get more water to the valley, trying to work on groundwater recharge, the things that are coming with SGMA and the GSAs. We focus on what those needs are and how to get them together in holistic manners so that we're taking care of our water needs, our agricultural needs, but also our natural environment and the things that we need to do there. I sit on the Transportation Committee, where we've worked to increase funding, to ensure that funding is actually going where it needs to be going, to ensure things like sidewalks and those things are being funded. I also sit on the Veterans Committee. Everybody always asks me, Mathis, why do you want to be on the Veterans Committee? Well, I'll tell you, what I found out when I got elected, one, they told me, Devon, you know you're a millennial, right? And I was like, what is, no, I'm not a millennial. I'm not a snowflake, I'm a sergeant, it's not like that. But then I found out that I'm the first millennial combat veteran with a Purple Heart to state office in the country.
Wow.
So what this says is I'm a different breed. I also realized what was said earlier in the speech earlier for anybody that missed it. We have to look to our elders and respect our elders and respect our women. And lean on them, because there's all this information out there that gets thrown to us, but our elders know how to interpret. As far as the questions on here, I've got a solid voting record of basically supporting all of these things. We try to find fair and balanced ways to do so. I've sponsored legislation to get green buses for our seniors and our disabled communities. You know, do we support budgets for building truly affordable housing? One bill that I got signed this year, my one that I was able to get through, and you gotta remember I'm a Republican in a Democrat-controlled state. I got a CEQA reform bill done and signed by Governor Jerry Brown. First of its kind. Now, you clap. Well, let me tell you what this does. When we're trying and dealing with issues of infill, we have dilapidated housing and all these issues going on, and we have issues getting those permits, getting that done, and fighting environmental litigation. This bill stops the litigation and lets us go in and fix those dilapidated housings so we can get people moved in and keep your housing rates up. Now we've got 30 seconds left, so I'm going to just simply do this. Pull out your pens. My personal cell phone number. Are you ready? Is 559-202-5692. If you ever have any questions of me, I don't care what they are, simply text me, call me, I will return your call. It is a promise I've had from the beginning. Thank you all for having me here.